indeed.
I mean, come on. Come on.
Come on.
You know we're back.
Obvious evidence.
You know we're back.
You know we're back. Okay. Evidence, there was a gunshot before midnight.
And I'm presenting it.
Yes, you are.
Ha-ha! Look at this photograph. Every time it makes me laugh. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th.
Oh my god, you clicked away, you dumbass.
Literally, if I just, like, bump it. Well, oh, God. I really didn't see that coming. I thought I was attacked. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m.
Oh! But there's nothing on the lake in this picture.
Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all.
What do you mean?
Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises.
Ha-ha!
Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve.
Indeed, it would seem that is the case. Then, where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken?
Not at all, Your Honor. It is a fact that the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were 2 sets of gunshots with a 25-minute pause between them. Why would this be?
Don't be fooled, Judge. The camera was set to respond to loud noises.
Yes?
There was no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why? The witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera. Hey, my nose was clear that night, man. Clear!
Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 p.m. was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court evidence if you have any. Oh my god, this is not good.
Yep.
This is bad. How am I possibly gonna prove this?
How are you gonna prove it?
That the noise was a gunshot. This is exactly what I was saying.
Why would they... Why are you assuming that it's a gunshot?
I know, this is what I was talking through. It could have been a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, but why did you even theoretically think that it could be a gunshot?
Because this was fired 3 times.
Okay.
Alright, I'm not gonna think. Boom. This is my evidence.
Hello happen.
Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight.
Order! That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake.
Exactly. If this is true, there was 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you? Why?
Oh, I better think of something quick. Wait a second! Gunshots separated by 25 minutes. Ah!
What's wrong, Nick?
I have it!
Huh?
Remember the case with the Steel Samurai?
I have to clap! No! Huh? Yeah? Of course I remember.
The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case.
What do you mean?
Maya,
Yes?
if we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm gonna run with it.
Right. I mean, is this safe?
Safe! We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay?
Right, Nick.
Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Wright.
The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case.
What do you mean, Mr. Wright?
So, you finally realized the truth. There could be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself.
Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting.
Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant Edgeworth and the victim Robert Hammond were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat.
I admit it is hard to imagine any other possibility.
Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence at the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo was 0015.
But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent.
Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the two men on the boat are!
Oh, God.
The murderer and Hammond, Edgeworth and the murderer. Oh, Edgeworth and Hammond.
Okay. Why? How did this happen?
Take it one step at a time, okay?
I mean, I suppose the gun could have been shot past the person, which then caused them to fly into the lake. But that's something for a later time. Who would Edgeworth fire a warning shot at? Perhaps.
But we said that because the Edgeworth's right hand prints on the gun, he couldn't have been. He couldn't have been the shooter.
But then Edgeworth
And Edgeworth has told you that he did not shoot
leave
him.
the boat, and he didn't leave the boat because he like grabbed the gun after.
Yeah, after it was fired. Yeah.
I mean, could he have been? No, there's only one bullet wound.
Okay, so you're saying that Edgeworth has to be on that boat.
I mean, the picture was enhanced and it was him on it.
Okay.
Oh, but this is the one at 11:50.
No.
This is the one at 12:15?
Yeah, this is one at 12:15. The
Yeah.
one at 11:50 shows nothing.
Right. Yeah, Edgeworth is 100% on here because they
Okay.
enhanced...
Okay,
no,
so
well, you
so-
couldn't see him, though.
But his prints are on the gun. So, okay, so Edgeworth
Right,
is on
right.
that boat, okay? So that removes one answer.
Right,
So-
the first one.
Yeah.
So I need to say Edgeworth and Hammond because I'm saying Hammond was killed before this. I need to say Edgeworth and the murderer.
If he was killed before that, then how is he on the boat standing right there?
How do we know it's him?
How do we know? Yeah, how do we... Is
How
that,
do we know that is Hammond?
is that Hammond or the murderer?
I think it's the murderer. Because we're trying to present the case that Hammond was killed at 11:50. He never even came in contact with Edgeworth.
Okay.
Did Edgeworth ever admit to being on the boat with Hammond?
He said he was on the boat. Yeah, Edgeworth did say he was on the boat.
Or with Hammond?
Yeah. He did say he was Hammond.
Okay, so if Edgeworth said he was on the boat with Hammond,
He believes it was Hammond, yeah.
but did he ever specify a time?
Yes, actually, I think he said it was after midnight.
So Edgeworth has to be on here and Hammond has to be on here. That's the only plausible explanation. It would make no sense if Hammond wasn't on there.
All right, think about the circumstances of if this was fact, if it was the murderer and Hammond on the boat, how would that go? If it was Edgeworth and the murderer on the boat, how would that go? And if it was Edgeworth and Hammond on the boat, how would that go?
Okay, so this is how it would go. If Edgeworth and Hammond are on the boat together, that would mean Hammond would have been the one who shot the gun.
Okay.
He didn't hit Edgeworth.
No.
Edgeworth didn't
He
fly
fired
out of the
twice.
boat.
By the way, there were 2 gunshots at this point. There was 2 gunshots when this photo was taken.
Right, but
Like
25 minutes apart.
Okay. Let me reiterate. A gunshot was fired, making this photo appear. You know, this photo exists because of the second gunshot that was fired, and then immediately afterwards there was a 3rd gunshot.
Okay,
So whatever happened on the boat, the gun was fired twice.
so there could have been some sort of scuffle where... but see the thing, this picture shows that the gun was shot directly at this person. And we know the person who died was Hammond. Hammond was shot.
Yep.
Hammond has to be on the boat. Hammond has to be on the boat. No, he doesn't, though. He doesn't because
Because there was a gunshot before.
there's a gunshot before. He could have been... Dude, there could have been 3 people on the boat. I'm just saying. There could have been 3 people on the boat, man.
It's highly unlikely.
Yeah, you're right.
All the witnesses
Damn it.
say that there was 2 people on that boat.
So let's assume Hammond was shot and killed 25 minutes before this,
Okay. So
when
he's
it wasn't
off,
visible.
Okay, so he's off the table at this point. He
Hammond's off the table.
can't possibly be on that boat.
So it's Edgeworth and the murderer.
I'm glad to say
And
that.
it's the freaking caretaker.
Go ahead and say it.
Of course it was Edgeworth and the murderer!
Ayo!
After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50. He assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth.
What?
Are you serious? Yes. Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place.
I'm not sure what to make of all this.
Ludicrous!
My favorite rapper.
Mr. Wright! Tell us the name of the murderer then!
The murderer's name? Right,
It's not Lotta Hart. It's not. I gotta say, I don't know.
Actually, I don't know the murderer's name.
You don't know?
Bah! Again, you waste my time!
I don't know because he never told us! The murderer's the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond.
The caretaker of the boat shop? Waka wada? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then.
Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of the crime was not on a boat?
What? Well then, where did the murder take place?
Show the judge where the murder really took place.
Where is it? Where was that grisly scene?
Can't believe we did a whole musical number with a murderer. I'll tell you where it happened.
I shot him.
folkies.
I shot him again. I kept on shooting him.
Then why did you do that? You killed him.
Because he looked at me wrong. He wanted to steal one of my boats, so I shot him. And then I decapitated his limbs and threw him in the lake.
I thought decapitation was only for heads.
Ah, fuck. Once again, my memory's all fucked.
You're a dumb son of a bitch.
I know. Because I just admitted that I killed him in front of you.
Yeah. Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing.
Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime?
Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. That night, he was out on the lake in a boat, searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. Heard a gunshot, Your Honor. Even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned a boat? The boat shop.
Mr. Wright! What happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning.
Yes, Your Honor.
Nick, are you sure about this?
Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake.
Then who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright?
Oh no. Oh. Miles Edgeworth.
It was Miles Edgeworth.
Nick! How could that be? Wasn't the old man holding the pistol?
Yeah, good thinking. I'm a dumbass.
That was easy, Nick. What I'm worried about is what you're thinking.
Ugh.
Of course it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice, both missed Edgeworth. On purpose.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone?
Details.
Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice.
I guess.
Read the options.
Because the first shot missed, but the second shot didn't land because Edgeworth didn't get shot.
Yeah.
So why would he? First shot couldn't have missed. Now I'm confused. Because
What?
well, if he didn't shoot Edgeworth,
Yeah.
why'd he fire the gun? And if it was pointed directly at Edgeworth, why didn't Edgeworth get shot?
It wasn't pointed directly at Edgeworth. You're looking at a 2D image of somebody aiming a gun at somebody. They could be
Okay.
aiming to the left of them.
Right, that's what okay. So he just shot to create a witness.
I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor.
Create a witness.
The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him.
I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other.
The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice, to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake.
Bailiff! Bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker quickly... Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said.
Yes.
Well, why did you go to the lake that night?
What Wright said was mostly correct. Astonishing so, actually. Yes. Several days ago I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me.
Something important?
I'm sorry. I can't say what it was. Your Honor, sir!
Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet.
The witness has disappeared! He isn't at the boat shop either!
What?
What should I do?
Find him quickly! We cannot allow him to get away! Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared.
A search warrant has already been issued.
It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned.
And that's
No, it's not.
There's more?
Well, yeah, we have the post-trial scene. Yay, Nick, you did it.
Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict.
And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out.
Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time.
I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients.
Hey, Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth? Did you say something? I look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably gonna get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax! I'm sorry. But I fear it's not over for me yet.
What do you mean?
Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. I don't know whether or what to tell you.
Edgeworth?
No. There's so little time left. I want to tell you. Get it off my chest, but I can't make up my mind.
What is this about, Edgeworth?
It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed.
A crime you committed?
A memory of a murder.
Wait, whoa,
And that's where we ended up!
whoa, what?
Yep.
He killed his father?
Oh my god.
No way. We killed that other guy in the elevator.
Oh my god. That's gonna do it for this episode of Modern Fossil.
Make sure to subscribe, smash
Indeed.
that dislike button, leave a hate comment, and as always,
I love you.
I love you. Deuces, love.